How these two teams come out here. I can bet that Dante was a little strict with the boys at halftime, Craig.
Dante probably, he's trying to offer some inspiration, but I think he also needs to light a couple fires. Stanford really needs to push it a little bit harder, especially get a good angle shot out. They're shooting from the wrong places, Chris.
Well, they've only got 14 minutes of water polo left in the season, so we'll see what's happening. Dirk Zien setting 2 meters for the Bears. They've got a nice umbrella offense set around, a lot of waving the ball. Zien with the ball, the big turnaround and a score! Doing it all himself, the same thing he did in the first quarter. Picking the ball up, sweeping around, throwing 2 people off him. He had Wygo and Matarangas draped all over him, and he's scoring it all by himself. His 3rd goal of the game, putting the Bears up by 5, 8-3.
Well, Chris, on our national team, we have 6'9". Doug Kimball has a hard time guarding Dirk Zien. So, it's natural he's going to score a couple of those.
Well, Matarangas weighs 40 pounds less than Zien did, and it looked like he was brushed off like a fly there. Stanford in a heap of trouble here. They got Schneider once again setting 2 meters. Wygo with the pass over to Blankenhorn. Schneider trying to establish some position. And what's happening is Schneider's out at 4 meters trying to set that 2-meter position, but he did get a man ejected. That was number 7, Arroyo, out for the Bears. Stanford with a 6-on-5, and they've got to do something here, Craig.
They need to get the ball up. Right now, see again, they're shooting from the wrong side. They want to pass the ball around, get the goalie tired, and then work for the good angle shot. They can't just throw the ball from the sides, Chris.
Busquets with a shot that didn't move the goalie that much, that skipped about 3 feet over the top of the goal, and it looks like Stanford has almost lost their composure. Look at this.
An easy goal.
Easy goal by Barnhart on the counterattack. Stanford looking around, not knowing where everybody is. Cal with a 2-on-1. Barnhart putting in his 4th goal, and he's just filling it up.
Well, the score 9-3 right now. How about that? Cal has the advantage by 6. 9-3, 5:54 to go here in the 3rd. We're going to step away. We'll be back with more right after this. 9-3, Cal has really taken off in this game, and we are coming to you from Belmont Plaza. And Belmont Plaza, a pretty famous place out here in Southern California. It's taking a look at the stats right now. We'll take a look at this. The saves, 2 for Stanford and Cal. Guys, take it away. Give me an idea what you think about these stats.
Well, the goalie saves are significant in that, basically the goalies don't seem to be having that much of an impact in the game. I think Cal has such good shots coming off that the goalies don't really have a chance. Burkett's having a tough time out there.
Well, I think the thing that we brought up earlier in the telecast, Craig, is that Stanford has got to put the ball away when it's got an opportunity. Stanford's only 1 out of 5 in extra man situations. They cannot win if they keep playing like that. And again, they're down by 6 goals with 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. They've got to turn things around. They've got to start pressing on defense. They've got to make that transition count. If they can score off the counterattack, great. But if not, they've got to make good shots for themselves. That means moving. That means putting the pass in the right place. That means controlling their composure. I think they've lost their composure, and the Bears have just systematically taken every opportunity and capitalized on it.
And if you've just joined us, we're watching the NCAA Water Polo Finals. Stanford taking on the Cal team, and Cal looking again for another championship. They are undefeated this year at 30-0.
You're absolutely right, Chris. I think the word is composure. Cal, it didn't become 30-0 without having composure. We know they've won a lot of games in overtime, a lot of close games. They're showing a lot of class here.
There's Schneider setting 2 meters, and in all fairness, Cal's got a lot of older guys on the team. They're juniors and seniors. Stanford's got a couple of freshmen, a couple of sophomores, and they're doing the job. There's a sophomore right now. That's number 10, Frank Schneider. A great pass back to Busquets. Didn't amount to anything. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Blankenhorn back to Schneider. Schneider trying a shot out of 2 meters. That's Busquets waving it. Tries it near side, and it's swallowed by Sean Nolan.
Great save by Sean Nolan.
And he knocked it out to halfway. Stanford recovers. Foul inside to Schneider. Blankenhorn to Schneider. Schneider working on that turnaround again. Blocked by Nolan.
It looks like Nolan's on top of the ball. He's seeing everything. There have been games when I've played where the ball looks like a beach ball coming in slowly. I think Nolan's seeing the same thing out there.
Well, he's also seeing some tremendous defense. A lot of Cal arms in the way of the outside shots. That narrows the goal for you, doesn't it for you, Craig?
Without a doubt, Chris. That's a main strategy. The goalie needs help. We can't do it alone.
And Stanford isn't moving here. What they're doing is they're throwing the ball into Frank and hoping Frank does something. Blankenhorn with a shot. Well defended. Actually, it might not have reached all the way to the goal if Nolan hadn't been there.
I'll give Nolan a block on that one.
Absolutely. He touched it before it stopped.
Of course.
Inside 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The score 9-3.
And
Cal.
the Bears on another counterattack here. And how do people get this free? He's at 6 meters with the ball. He's got an open shot. And then you've got an easy pass into Troy Barnhart, number 6, who's already scored 4 goals for the Bears.
outside looking in, I have to say fatigue maybe in this situation.
Well, Cal definitely has a size advantage, and they're going to be wearing Stanford down.
Well, you mentioned that earlier in the broadcast. Nice outside shot by Matt McClear. He's only a sophomore from Placentia, but it looks like Steve Heaston's given him a lot of playing time here to season him up for the next couple of years. Cal, again, in control. The counterattack, Stanford, they can't get the ball to the guy. There's Busquets winding up, putting the ball, cross cage, low, scoring for Stanford, bringing them to within 5. It's still Cal 9, Stanford 4.
Those are the kind of shots that Stanford's got to score on. What a great shot. He faked a couple times, had Nolan jumping, and put the ball in the lower corner.
The other interesting thing he did was he picked the ball up and he pulled it, he walked in about 2 to 3 yards before he let the ball go. So where he picked it up at 10 yards, he actually was letting it go at 6 or 7. That makes a heck of a difference.
Yeah, basically he took his time, he showed some composure, he improved his angle, and put it in the goal.
Of course, if he'd missed that shot, we'd have been ragging all over him. So. Amazing how good the coaches get when the shots go into the goal, huh?
Dante did a great job with that.
4:17 to go in the third. Is there enough time to come back? Can you score a couple more goals here in the third?
Well, I think the issue isn't time so much as it is the kind of ball game that Cal's playing. I just don't see them faltering to the point where Stanford's going to get a 4 or 5 goal run that they need to get back into this ball game. Zian at 2 meters, and this is going to be dangerous for Chris Smith. Smith, number 12, the biggest guy Stanford has. Look at tremendous power by Zian.
And obviously Wolf Wygo has hurt enough not to be in this game with them down 9-4.
Well, Wygo's on the bench. He might not have the... Oh, and pass inside. Looks like the Stanford man was going after the man instead of the ball. He's ejected for 20 seconds. Berkeley with a 6-on-5, and we'll see what they can do with another offensive opportunity.
Well, I disagree with that call. Basically, the Stanford player made the Cal player made a very bad pass, and it should have been a turnover.
Oh, some tremendous passing by the Bears, moving the ball very nicely. A couple of their best shooters, Oding with the ball now. Z and the other man on top. Try to cross pass. And the rebound goes to the Bears. Cal with 10 seconds on the shot clock at even strength. And inside the ball gets turned over. I don't know, I didn't see what exactly happened there, but it looked like Zian had a little bit of a push-off.
Yeah, there definitely was. Was that Matt McClear, actually? He was trying to drive in, pushed off the shot. Cal isn't giving up. They're going to continue the pressure. And the referees are going to be watching them a little bit closer because there is a 5-goal difference.
9-4 with 3:20 to go in the third. Cal has the lead. Stanford has the ball in the white caps.
There's Smith into Blankenhorn. Blankenhorn with some inside water. Tried to go to his left hand, but got fouled.
Chris, I see Stanford has picked up the pace.
That's Clemens drawing the ejection. Stanford with a 6-on-5 and an ill-advised shot. No pass. There's 3:10 left in the quarter. It's not like he had to hurry that one.
Quite a block by Nolan, Chris.
Again, Stanford showing its inexperience. That was a freshman, number 7, taking that shot, Josh Leachman.
Score 9-4. Inside 3 minutes in the third.
Stanford with a 6-on-5. See if they can do. There's another freshman with the ball. Number 4 lets it fly. And that's JT Matarangas putting it top right corner. And again, little by little, Stanford seems to be getting back in this ball game. It may be too little too late.
9-5 now, gentlemen. And right now, it looks like the Stanford team's kind of got the momentum coming here in the late part of the third quarter.
Most definitely. I think they've also found the key to beating Nolan. Looks like a couple hard fakes and a shot to Nolan's right-hand side seems to be an open ticket to the goal.
That's where the ball has come. But before that, what they did was they moved their offense up, so the shot is coming from 6-7 meters as opposed to 10 or 12. And I think that helps a lot, too. By moving the defense around, you don't have a bunch of big, burly arms in your way. Remember in the first half how many balls were knocked down by the Cal defense.
And Wolf Wygo is back in the game to finish up his third quarter. We'll see if he stays in throughout the rest of the game with them down 9-5.
Absolutely. Here, driving into 2 meters is Dirk Zian, replacing Cardinal killer Troy Barnhart so far. That's Arroyo with great legs, great extension, and a nice shot from the outside. Has always got to be a threat. Zian setting 2 meters. He and Smith are having a great time inside. And Smith is ejected.
I think he might have given Zian an elbow. He's holding his eye. There's no blood, but I think he got popped pretty hard.
Well, it did look to me like Zian was having too much trouble on the other end of that exchange. But regardless, a Stanford man is ejected. Cal has a 6-on-5, and they call a timeout.
2:27 to go in the third quarter. 9-5. We'll have more of water polo in just a moment. And we've got a great contest in the sense that Stanford is coming back. They're fighting their way back in this game. We'll see if they can pick up at least one more goal before the third ends. If they stop, Cal without scoring any more points here in the third quarter. Craig and Chris, they might have an opportunity to come back as you're looking at Steve Heaston right now, the head coach of Cal.
I see a definite momentum shift. Stanford's really starting to get good position for the shots. They're pressing harder on the defense. But again, they're still the big guys for Cal. They're going to make them through.
I hate to throw cold water on the comeback attempt of my alma mater, but I just don't see Stanford with the personnel that they have and the way that Cal's playing this game. There's Coach Donnie Denamati. He looks worried, and he has every reason to be. Cal is outplaying Stanford in every phase of the game. That's why they have a 4-goal lead right here, and they've got a 6-on-5 to boot. 35 seconds on the shot clock, and we'll see what they can do with it. Stanford has been falling off that man right there. That's Weldon, forcing Weldon to shoot. But look, they've got Oding and Zian on the outside, the two best shooters. Zian looks like he's toying with him. To Oding, to Weldon. Weldon taking the ball in, faking and putting the ball off the side bar. It's an out.
That's exactly what Stanford wanted to have happen, Chris. Take the bad angle shot.
And looks like they've got a counterattack going down to the other end. There's JT Matarangas with the ball. But nobody popping free. There's Wygo coming near side, but you can bet the card is going to... Oh, and an overpass. There was Wygo free. I can't believe Matarangas missed him. Blankenhorn setting 2 meters. The foul is over at Wolf Wygo.
And obviously the pace has slowed compared to what we saw in the first quarter.
It kind of has to. There's Blankenhorn with a turnaround left-handed shot out of 2 meters. Looked like he had his man pretty well hooked, but at this point in the game, being down by 4 goals, maybe the referees will let him get away with it, Craig.
9-6, pardon me, 9-6, Chris and Craig, and that's what we talked about, these guys coming back and making a game out of this here in the third quarter, Chris.
Well, Blankenhorn is one of the seniors. He's the man that Dante's looking to, as captain, to set the emotional tone for this team.
I agree. I think Stanford definitely has the momentum now, but I still keep going back to Cal's composure. You know, Stanford may score another goal or two, but Cal's going to be back. This is a great game. It's just shaping up to be a close one.
Craig, is Nolan starting to lose maybe some of his confidence now?
I basically think he's still playing pretty stable, but those last couple goals have not helped.
And the score, 9-6 again, 1:45 to go here in the third. Cal has the edge.
And they go right back to their bread and butter. There's Dirk Zian setting 2 meters. He's the biggest and the best player in college this year. He's shown it already tonight. And the pass comes in, and it's stolen by Larry Burkett out of 2 meters. He did a lot of that last night against USC. And oh no! Stanford's man is ejected for hanging on to Zian. Number 2 is Wolf Wygo is ejected. Cal will have a 6-on-5.
Oh, that's got to hurt. Stanford made a great steal out of the goal by Burkett, and the Stanford player held on to Dirk Zian as he was trying to go down the pool. Therefore, there was a turnover called.
Very interesting. Everybody else was down at the other end of the pool when everyone heard Robinette make that call again. It's so loud in here that he could have been blowing his whistle from the very beginning. But a tremendous turn of events for Stanford. They're going to have their defense work again to shut down this Cal 6-on-5 if they have any hope of staying in this game. There's Zian with the ball. He's the big gun.
They can't let him shoot.
Look at him shooting from right there off the top bar and down. Stanford with a 2-on-1 coming out of the backcourt. The ball goes out to number 14, freshman Laster. Over to Chris Smith. He's a senior. Laster and Smith on a 2-on-1. Smith with the ball. Tries to lob it. It's knocked away by Nolan.
Great pass by the goalie on the other end to set that play up.
And going back the other direction, there's Cal with a 3-on-2. Can they recover? No. Weldon decides, and rightly so, not to pass the ball into Arroyo. But Stanford, with another opportunity to score that they blow, they're not going to have too many more of those. Less than a minute left in the third quarter here. They're down by 3, and a goal right there could have changed things around.
I think Nolan's confidence is obviously still there because he made a great save. His legs were underneath him. He timed it well. It was a good shot, and he pulled it down.
Barnhart setting 2 meters for Cal. He scored 3 times out of there already. Four goals all told this game. And a nice steal fronted by JT Matarangas. 38 seconds left in the quarter. Stanford on a counterattack. Look at them busting back.
They definitely found some energy somewhere, Chris. Stanford is coming hard.
There's Busquets turning the corner on his man, number 6. On number 6. It's a pair of aces there. Oh, and going cross cage with it just off the bar. What a tremendous effort by Busquets. But again, Nolan had that near side down. Busquets trying to go cross cage, and it just kissed off the bar and out, recovered by Cal.
9-6, 15 seconds left to go. We'll look for the last shot by Cal here in the third.
Well, you know, we didn't think there'd be any action toward the end of this quarter, and look at what's going on. And Zian, with 2 seconds left, fights free and in front of the goal and stuffs it in with no time remaining in the quarter to bring Cal's lead from 3 to 4. Cal 10, Stanford 6 at the end of the third quarter.
And we'll have more of exciting water polo the final 7 minutes for the NCAA 18-2 in the opening round, and Stanford took on Princeton. No contest there, 18-5. And then in the semifinals, California beats Irvine, and that was 8-5, and Stanford beat USC 11-7. We've got a contest that's 10-6 right now in the fourth. What will be the difference, Craig, down the line?
Well, I honestly believe that Stanford played equally as well as Cal did that last quarter. The dramatic goal by Dirk Zien at the end, but I think Stanford might just, gain a goal or two in this last quarter. But I really think Cal is going to show the composure, and they're going to end up champions.
What do you think Dante is telling his players right now? Down by 4, they came back strong. They gave up a late goal here in the third, though.
Well, they're not going to give up. It's pretty clear that Dante's got them out there doing some, they're going to play their hearts out here. They got 7 minutes of water polo left in the season, and they've shown that they're not going to roll over and die. Dante just wants to make sure that more goals go in. Take better shots, really make it count. Just getting out in front of people, getting the 2-on-1 isn't going to make it work. You've got to finish the counterattack. They haven't done that except in spurts. And if they could do it here in the fourth quarter, it could be a real exciting game.
10-6 as we start getting ready for the opening sprint. And Craig and Chris, how important is this opening sprint here in the fourth quarter?
Well, emotionally, I believe that Stanford needs to win this. They're going to need that to get the quarter off to a good start. But in the long run, I think it's not going to be that important.
Well, if one team gets the sprint, goes down and scores a goal, though, that could set the tone for the rest of the quarter.
It'll help Stanford more than it will Berkeley.
Well, being 4 goals down with 7 minutes to play, every possession is critical for the Cardinal.
They need their hand on the ball.
So if they get one extra possession, that could be the difference between sending the game into overtime or losing by a goal.
Again, 10-6 as we're about to get underway at Belmont Plaza. Belmont Plaza, built originally for the Olympic trials.
Sprinting for the Cardinals, JT Matarangas, number 4, and his counterpart, number 4, Tony Barnes, for the Golden Bears. Interesting, for Cal, we've only had 3 different people score: Oding, Barnhart, and Zien, the Cardinal killers. The 3 guys that Dante really wanted to shut down have...
And as we get ready, why don't we go to the third quarter? Actually, we'll go to the third quarter stats, the first opportunity we have on a break. Right now, we're underway here in the fourth quarter.
They're fighting. Stanford has their hand on the ball.
Holy cow, that's as hotly contested a sprint as you'll get in a long time. Looks like Matarangas is ahead of his man, though. He's behind some people. If Blankenhorn can get him the ball, and he can score, but it went off the top bar. There's Schneider going after the ball, battling with Nolan, and it doesn't look like Schneider should be doing that. He fouls, and Cal's got a 6-on-5 at the other end. Not that smart a play, but again, Stanford trying to do everything it can to get that ball back.
They need to take the chances, Chris, but you don't ever want to chase a goalie.
Craig, how wide are we looking at? How wide is the goalie out there, the goal for each team?
Excuse me?
How wide is the goalie box there? How wide is it from end to end, bar to bar?
It's 10 feet wide and 3 feet high, Paul.
It's a pretty slim target when you get a big goalie back there at 6'3", 6'4".
Doesn't hurt.
Cal setting up their offense. That's Barnhart at 2 meters. Once again, he's scored 4 goals, 3 of which have come on shots from the hole. Here comes another opportunity. He gets his hand on the ball, and he gets crushed. Very close to an ejection foul there. He had 2 men pushing him under. Looks like Larry Burkett steals the ball inside. And that's correct. He caught Barnhart putting the ball underwater. Stanford recovers.
It looks like Dante told the Cardinals to fight for every possible ball they could.
Well, they're dogging everything. Looks like they got an extra man situation here. That's Busquets on the left side. Wallen coming in. No, that's Busquets with the ball, and great defense. Picked up by Blankenhorn and shoved home. Blankenhorn at 3 meters picks up the loose ball in front of the cage and shoves it into the goal.
The score 10-7 as Cal now only has a 3-point lead. We've got an opportunity. Let's go to those third quarter stats. I know they're important, especially as we go down to the final couple of minutes in this contest. The third quarter stats, as you see, 10-7 the score right now here in the fourth quarter. Gentlemen, comment on that. Saves by Stanford, none in the third quarter.
Well, that pretty much tells the story. Third quarter, Cal extended their lead just a little bit, but it was the fact that they kept the pressure on Stanford. Stanford did make a little bit of run at things. They scored at least once on the man advantage there.
Shots on goal 10, as you can tell there, for Stanford.
Both goalies are getting a workout here.
And it looks as though Stanford came out here in the fourth quarter playing a more physical contest.
Well, they got to get that ball back. The ball is the most precious thing. And inside, there's Barnhart drawing an ejection. on number 5, Chip Blankenhorn. Cal with a 6-on-5, 5:37 left to play in the game. And Stanford has to shut him down right here. It could be all she wrote.
That foul was a result of Dante's strategy to go out and just hammer. Go for any ball you can.
Look at this. They're splitting the left-hander spot. They're giving Weldon that shot. Weldon shoots high corner and scores. That's the 11th goal for the Bears, and that could be the one that broke the Camel's back. Cal 11, Stanford 7.
And Craig, they used a lot of that shot clock, so it looks like they're going to try to utilize the entire shot clock before they get a score off.
Yeah, I think Cal showing their composure, will work the ball as long as they can. And, Stanford did everything that they wanted Cal to do, but Cal put it in. They wanted the shot to come from that side, and sure enough, the goalie should have been covering that near corner because that's what they wanted to have happen.
Well, you know what Cal did there was they brought the ball around the outside enough so that Burkott had to auto the people on the other side of the pool. If he could have camped on that shooter, number 5, Weldon, he could have been in a position to make that save, but he was moving around so much, it was so hard. Stanford here on offense. That's Frank Schneider, number 10, with the ball. And on a drive, Blankenhorn draws the ejection. Stanford with a 6-on-5.
11-7 with 5:10 to go in the game.
And Cal pressing on the offense here. What's going on, Craig?
They seem to have found that energy that they had in the first quarter, Chris. I'm real impressed by the Stanford. They're coming back.
And a shot. A pass inside to Schneider with a backhand right over Nolan's head. Brings Stanford to within 3.
11-8, and they're going goal for goal. And if they keep this up, they'll lose the game. They've got to make some big defensive plays.
Absolutely. Well, you know, as Stanford came out at the beginning of the fourth quarter, they were hawking the ball. Again, it worked against them on that last ejection, but you can expect to see a lot of activity here in the last 5 minutes of play.
Timeout in the pool. The score 11-8. 4:59 to go. We'll be back. Cal might just go 31-0 and be the 1992 NCAA Water Polo Championship team.
Well, Stanford with a 6-on-5 right here. If they can score, there's still plenty of time. There's 3.5 minutes. Stanford came out in the second half of the fourth quarter and was just all over Cal defensively, pressing real tightly, knocking the ball away, doing whatever they can to create something. First couple times it backfired on them, but right there they got a steal, they got the ejection, they have a chance to pull within 2, and that that's not that much to make up in a period of 3.5 minutes.
Oh, they definitely can do it. Stanford's taken their game to another level in the last 7 minutes. They played excellent water polo. Cal hasn't dropped at all on their level, but Stanford's definitely picked it up.
Well, it'll see here what they do on the 6-on-5. Busquets with a pass inside to number 7. That's Josh Leachman, and Leachman lunged from behind, puts the ball over the cage, and that hurts. The Bears are going to take a nice deliberate counterattack here. There were a couple people free at the other end, but the last thing they want to do is give Stanford the ball back. They're going to control the ball as much as possible. Setting for Cal, number 6, the Cardinal killer, Troy Barnhart.
And Leachman had a great opportunity to make this game closer, Craig and Chris. It could have been 11-9. The shot a little high.
I think he was pushed from behind, Paul. He had the ball in his hand, and he was basically launched off by the defender. I can't blame him for missing that shot.
And inside to Barnhart. He's got inside water. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
It's a penalty shot.
And he was fouled from behind by John Matarangas. And Brett Bernard calls a 4-meter penalty shot on him. Who's going to take this, and where do you think he's going to go, Craig?
Well, Chris, playing against Dirk for many years internationally, he's always shot to the goalie's lower right-hand corner. He's got a great power shot to the lower-hand corner. I'd put all my money in my wallet and your wallet that he'll shoot it in the bottom right-hand corner. Well,
he likes taking a nice slow shot. He likes coming up real big and putting some heat down.
The score 11-8. 2:52.
Zian getting ready. Shot the ball up. The shot coming low and to the right. Burkett read the same book that we did, Craig. He went to the right to block the shot. It's a 3-goal lead with 3 minutes left. Stanford has a counterattack.
I think Burkott heard us talking up here, Chris. What a great block. He knew where he was going
and inside water, and that's another 4-meter call to
And Stanford has the opportunity to score a penalty shot now.
What a tremendous shift in momentum.
Well, it was no surprise where Dirk was going to go, and obviously Burkott has done his studying. He knew what Dirk was going to try.
Well, we've got a chance here. That's Antonio Busquets, the left-hander for Stanford, ready to take this 4-meter penalty throw.
Well, Chris, where are you putting my money?
I think he's going to go left. But he goes top right. What do you know? And he scores for the Cardinal. It's a 2-goal game now.
Plenty of time for Stanford to come back here. We have a game.
11-9 with 2:38 to go in this contest. Cal has the lead.
This should make things kind of interesting. 2.5 minutes to go in the game, 2-goal lead. What do you do, Craig? Do you press like crazy, or do you let the game come to you?
They got to continue the press, Chris. 2 goals is a lot, and the way Stanford's playing with the emotion, the discipline, and the composure, they have a chance to come back. I can't rule Cal out because they've been here before and they've pulled it out all year.
They've got a lot of experience. Who do you think is going to go set 2 meters for them right here?
I don't think there's going to be anybody in the water other than Dirk Zien who's going to be in the hole for Cal. They've got to put him in.
Well, what do you know? He's heading down there.
Son
He's
of
going to
a
be guarded by Chris Smith. Stanford being very aggressive on...
That's the kind of movement Stanford needs. It's okay. If they continue that kind of motion and then go for the steals, they may get another goal.
Well, they need everything right here. They're passing the ball around on the perimeter. Cal being very careful on their passes and their drives.
Almost tentative.
Well, it's funny that Stanford's defense has pushed them into a tentative kind of game.
I agree, Chris. Look at that steal.
And a steal right there. The ball's underwater. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Number 14, freshman Jeremy Laster with a steal for Stanford. Look at that counterattack. A lot of white water. The ball going back down to Laster on a pass from Larry Burkett.
Okay, Stanford has their discipline now on the defense. Let's see if they can show the same discipline, get a good shot off, and try and put the ball in the goal.
There's Laster, there's Busquets, setting is Frank Schneider. That's the man they want. Pass into Schneider. Schneider with his right arm on it, and he scores! Oh my goodness! 2 minutes, 5 seconds left. It's a 1-goal game.
We have a game, Chris. We got a game.
What's Berkeley doing, Craig? How's Stanford able to score?
I don't think Berkeley has changed anything. I just think Stanford has now boosted up their game 2 levels. They're meeting Berkeley head-to-head.
About 4 minutes ago, I wouldn't have bet a nickel on Stanford's chances to win this national championship. But right now, the crowd's going crazy. There's 2 full minutes left. That's an awful lot of water polo left to play in the season, and Cal leads by just 1.
20,000 people on their feet, Chris. What a tournament.
20,000. There's a bigger pool than I thought.
Give or take 15,000.
11-10 the score with 2:05 to go. We'll find out in about 2 minutes and 5 seconds who the 1992 NCAA champion will be. Looks as though Cal did have the edge, but Stanford has fought back to get within 1.
Is this a big defensive series or what, Craig?
Stanford's going to continue the pressure. They're going to continue being in the face of the Cal Bears, and I look for something else to happen.
That's that tremendous pressing defense. Oh, almost another steal right there.
They can't get the ball to Zien in the hole because the Stanford is pressing so hard. They can't get a pass off.
And Cal's in the position now that they have to score, guys.
It won't hurt them.
Stanford with a very aggressive defense here, taking Cal out of their game entirely. Zien at 2 meters hasn't had a chance to get off one of his patented muscle shots.
Shot clock down to 10.
Could be trouble here.
Yeah, and the wrestling inside, Smith has got to be gone for that. He was just a little too aggressive on Zien. Zien far too big and far too tough for any one person to guard for any length of time. Cal with a 6-on-5, 1 minute, 30 seconds left. And if they can convert this, it could be a problem. That's the 3rd foul for Chris Smith. He's not going to be coming back.
Well, the only way to stop Dirk is basically to hang on him. I mean, water polo is wrestling, boxing, soccer, and basketball combined, Chris.
There's Oding and Zien on top, 2 of their best shooters. They put Stryker at the 6th spot. Zien from the outside, the shot knocked down by Blankenhorn inside. A new 35-second shot clock. Stryker with a shot. No, he passes off to Zien. Back to Stryker. Stryker free. Takes it inside. And he shoots off the top bar, but Cal recovers. It's 1 minute left in the game. Cal with the ball. Woo-hoo. Arroyo into Stryker. Barnhart, number 6. Nobody at 2 meters now for the Bears.
Zien could have thrown that shot up, Chris, but he didn't. He decided to pass it around and wear down the clock. Smart play on his part.
Absolutely. Well, he's been in a lot of international matches. Ball's out to Zien. Setting 2 meters is Stryker for the Bears. 50 seconds left. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Stanford going for the steal at every opportunity. Zien making his way into 2 meters for the Bears. And the pass over to Weldon. Bet you we know where this pass is going to be going. Great defense on the outside by Stanford.
Cal's not doing
an overpass. That's number 3, stolen by Brian Clemens. 40 seconds left in the game. Stanford with a counterattack out of the backcourt. They've got a couple people up. Clemens with the ball on the right side. Cross cages. Weigo with the ball. Tries shooting it, and it's blocked. Blocked by Nolan. Weigo steals it back over to Blankenhorn for the goal. Oh my goodness. goodness. What a flurry of shots right there. Weigel came off the disabled list. Puts the ball up, blocked by Nolan. Weigel goes in, steals it from them, gets it to Blankenhorn in front of the goal, and the score is tied. 26 seconds left.
Second effort, third effort, fourth effort by Wolf Weigel. He got the ball back, found the open man in front of the goal, passed it to an open man, and the goal is scored.
And we have timeout, but there's 26 seconds left in this game, Craig. That's an awful lot of time for the Bears to work their offensive magic.
We are eating our words in the second quarter, Chris Dorst.
Who would ever thought that Stanford would come back and score 5 goals in this one quarter?
Well, let me tell you, none of these fans have left the building here. It's getting very powered to steal the ball. They took Cal out of Cal's game entirely, made a couple of key steals, but most of all, Craig, they converted. They took the ball down and did what it took on that last flurry. There were 4 or 5 great blocks from Nolan, but somehow Stanford got the ball back. Somehow Weigel got it to Blankenhorn for that tying goal. It can't get much more exciting than this.
Remember, Chris, that Cal has won 30 games in a row this year. A lot of those have been in overtime, and some of those have been in the last 10 seconds of a game. They've been here before. I think they're going to have the composure to put up a good shot. Whether it goes in or not, we can't tell. Let's watch.
It'll be real interesting. That's Odie, and he gets the ball stolen by Busquets. It's unbelievable. 15 seconds. Busquets with a body length lead. Faking off the bar. Busquets recovers his shot, though. The backhand block, and the ball's on the other side. 5 seconds, and it could go into overtime. Weigel cross cage. He's got to draw the foul. He's got to shut it down, and the time is up.
And
they go into overtime.
We are headed for overtime. The score 11-11. When we come back, this game will be in a 3-minute period. We'll be back with one of the most exciting water polo games in college history. We'll be back with that right after this. 9-3. Now we go into overtime, the first of 2 3-minute overtimes. The score now 11-11.
And Stanford had a chance to win the game in regulation, but the shot was blocked by Antonio Busquets, who's sprinting for them. And winning the sprint for Cal is Tony Barnes.
And we are in overtime of the NCAA Water Polo Finals at Belmont Plaza between Stanford and Cal.
Well, we're going to see, Paul, our 2 3-minute overtime periods right now. And if it's tied again, we're going into sudden death.
Well, it's interesting to see that Stanford is not out hawking the ball as much as they were in that fourth quarter when they made their dramatic comeback.
They're changing their defense, Chris. I don't know if I agree with this. The press got them back into the game, and now they're dropping back again.
That's crazy. Troy Barnhart at 2 meters. Barnhart, who had been the big scorer until Dirk Zien got his 4th goal, both of them with 4 goals. Barnhart at 2. Stanford dropping back very nicely on the Bear 2-meter man.
It's Stanford ball. They got to steal.
And again, tremendous hustle on defense turns the ball over to Stanford. Not quite the counterattack they were expecting, but they've got to pace themselves for 2 3-minute quarters here. What an exciting game. My voice is gone.
I'm losing it too, Chris. I think I'm going to be able to hold out, though.
And Schneider at 2 meters for Stanford. Stanford going back to their set offense. Schneider trying to move. He's got that right hand. Guarded by Zien.
They have Zien on defense now. It looks like they made an adjustment. They want the big man to stop their big man in the center position.
Clemens into Schneider. Schneider out to Busquets, who scored a couple times already. Nice shot to the low cross cage, blocked by Nolan. Stanford picks up the loose ball. They've got another 35 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, that cross cage shot had gone earlier, Chris. It looks like they tried it again, and Nolan was ready for it.
Less than 2 minutes to go in this